Here we have test 3. It's really version 2, but when I first did test 2, I had bad axle tolerances. So it's the same shape car. I didn't fully assemble it because I was too lazy to assemble 2 more wheel assemblies. They're very hard to get the nuts and bolts on there. So if I can hold my phone. Let me see if I can arrange something here. It has freedom of movement, though this friction between the wheels and the screws and the track are not optimal. So it makes it around this curve just fine. Again, to explain how it works, we have every axle has independent pitch per wheel assembly. The back axles of all the cars have a yaw freedom that's rotating this way. And the front axle, as well as every leading linkage, is a ball socket, which, in addition to the freedom of pitch per axle per wheel assembly. I'll link a video to a different guy who I have no connection with. You can see that the car is off. Yaw is rotated from the back axle as well as front axle. You can see here its pitch is rotated. The 2 wheel assemblies are also pitch rotated from each other, and the front axle is also pitch rotated from each other. So you can see that it's each one of those axes is necessary. You can see it does roll. You can hear that plastic roll. When it decides to, it gets in a good position that it goes. See, now it's not doing. Also, you'll notice that I'm only riding it on this curved section, not the straight section, because right now the bolt heads don't make it past so well on the back card is fine. I think the front wheel assemblies, the bolts are not quite tight enough or something, so the bolt heads are hitting the flange. Also, I don't have them screwed together with the flange because I can't get a nut in that area. I need to make the flange wider so that I have room to put my finger over there to hold the nut. I've tried to use the pincers that come with the 3D modeling kit. They do hold. This wrench is very good. This is a very good pliers. It holds it, but it drops very quickly because I need a silicone tipped forceps basically to hold. Because if you don't have any give, then and you don't have good friction, then you're gonna drop. These are very precision, very good, very high precision nuts that I got from Mini Taps. Doesn't want to focus. There you go. Very good quality. It's 30 something cents per any of these items. The nuts, they're in the description. And what I was gonna say, right? So I have to widen the flanges in order to get nuts and bolts through those flanges. I'm also gonna only do one screw, one linkage per side, halfway in the middle, and the rest of them are gonna be basically plastic fake, basically just to look like they were connected, but just gonna be part of the 3D print. The serial number has to come down in order to free up make sure that the bolts can get through there. What else is there to discuss? So I'm gonna put this up on Etsy. I'm not sure exactly how it works, whether I put up the Fusion the Fusion folder, or I put up STL files to print. Let me go through the print settings for this. As this is the old version, you can see that the old version has a the chain dog and brake pad system, as well as what else does it have? That's about it. And the old back axle, vertical, the yaw axle is too skinny for this hole, so it's too much freedom. This one you'll see has 3 tiers. The bottom tier is the pad that it sits on to rotate. The middle one matches, not matches, but it has the right tolerance for the middle to go through, and the top one is for the axle cap. And also another interesting thing is that I need something stopping this square bit. I need something stopping the wheel assembly from being able to slide back and forth. So the axle cap is on one end, but I also needed to have a minimum in the middle. Then I have the old one, just one long thing. The middle one also, you'll see that the diameter of the pin goes down. Yeah, this is the second one that I printed for the second car, which I have the second car printed right here, but I didn't connect it. So it goes down because the axle cap diameter is smaller than the wheel assembly sleeve, and then there's a tiny blob on the end you can't really see from there, but basically it allows the axle cap to snap on so it can't come back off. But it's small enough that it's a tiny little bit of friction there that it's hard to get them on them in the first place. Whatever. What else? So you have to print. I decided instead of printing them like this, which these were printed that way, in which case as I showed you in another video, the ball on the linkage is not good quality. I printed it vertically. I thought this printed nicely. I also have some weird junk in the seats, but it looks like harnesses, so I didn't take it out. I got rid of the chain dog and brake pads because that was foul, interfering with the yaw ability. So now it can swing as much as it wants to. You can see if I ride it up here that it comes out almost like 20 degrees there, and the wheel assembly would have not been, even though the axle can move that way, the wheel assembly hits here, especially if they have pitch rotation. I just dropped the axle cap. If you're printing standalone vertical shafts of any axles, whatever, you need to have the adhesion on. I showed you with that when I printed the ball sockets. I don't know if I showed you that the print head basically was dragging on it, and the adhesion wasn't enough without the adhesion feature on. So that didn't come out nicely. It basically snapped it off the bed while it was printing. I had to abort. What else is there? The cross ties, again, I think I showed you that before. Cross ties are working. I don't think adding vertical tolerance to go from 0.1 to 0.2 is going to help them stay straight. I think it's the tension of the black of the tubing that's pulling them. As long as I have a closed circuit, both ends of the tube will be pulling in opposite directions, so it'll cancel out, and hopefully the ties will stay in place. I still haven't fully figured out how to follow along guided pattern to do the cross ties in print, but I don't think that would help me anyways, because they don't the part where the cross tie snaps into the tubing is very fine, and unless you don't print it sitting on the bed face down, it comes out pretty bad. So I mean, anything that snaps in, anything that's barely, you know, a knob will snap in, but you want it to come out nicely because it's fine. Um, that's about that. So I showed you my print orientation. When you the adhesion setting adds a lot of wasted print, so you only do that if you're going to print something vertically with very little base. These I basically printed two opposite each other, like basically like that, with the bed on this side. And I printed these in between, like under like a bridge sort of, so that the support structure for this piece would hold this in place. Otherwise, this would need adhesion because it would. I did it before and it popped off the bed mid print. I'm probably gonna have some of that in the description for the Etsy. I don't think anybody does this on Etsy. Like they do similar, but I don't know if they're working models. This one isn't accurate in style to the car type for B&M. The track is sort of accurate to B&M. It's reminiscent of B&M. I don't have like the nice flared, rounded, angled edges and stuff, and the seats themselves are sort of are no, you're not. I like them, but whatever. Um, this should work. Um, I think it would work better with bearings or rubber wheels to actually go around the circuit. But I think it's ready for sale. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like.